Yeah. And can I cuss on here? Or?
Yes. 1,000 times.
Run it up. Run it up. Run it up. All right, ready? Yeah. You good now?
This sound a little cloudy.
Yo, it's your man, Ro Spit, owner of Burn Rubber Sneaker Boutique. You are listening to the PreGame podcast, and I need you to bless the bottle only if it's Cavassier. Next.
All right, listen to season 3, episode 44, the PreGame podcast, Road Trip.
On road.
We in D-Town. It's so cold in the D.
It is.
Working on the weekend like usual.
Indeed. We got a special guest, man. Shout out to Ro from Burn Rubber in the building right now.
Round of applause.
Give a round of applause, man. Round of
Appreciate
applause for sure. Just let the people know where they can find you.
Man, I'm on Instagram at @Ro_spit. And Burn Rubber Detroit. The website, burnrubbersneakers.com. And then really just Google Ro Spit, Google Burn Rubber Detroit, and I'll come up somewhere.
I'll pop up at some point.
sure.
At some point.
Oh, they got articles and videos.
Yeah,
and
I've
shit.
seen. We did our Googles before.
For sure,
we came.
man.
Love.
Co-owner of Burn Rubber.
Yes, sir.
For sure, man. Before we get into the interview, pregame pop quiz. What's up?
Just a couple of quick questions, nothing too deep.
Random.
For me?
Yes, sir.
For you. For you. What you got, Ruff?
Okay, you can have anybody, dead or alive, celebrity, whoever, come do a walkthrough. Special occasion for your store. Who would it be?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Pharrell.
Damn.
Bet.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be tight.
Why Pharrell?
Because he covers all bases.
He does.
You know what I'm saying? Music, fashion.
White folk, black folk.
Everything.
Everybody love
crossover.
Pharrell.
Yeah, he got
sure.
it. He got it. And I just respect everything about, you know what I'm saying, like just from the history of how they started with the Neptunes and all that, and actually even going way back before that. But
Well,
I just respect him to the utmost.
He 1,000 years old, so it definitely goes further back.
And he looked like he's 19.
Yeah, he's a
Been through
vampire.
some things. He knows some things.
For sure.
Yeah, so yeah, Pharrell for sure.
I got my question for you is you only get to wear one shoe. You got one shoe, got to wear it every day like a uniform. What's that shoe?
All white Air Force One low.
Damn. G
Fazos.
Fazos.
The G Fazos.
Yeah.
Classic action.
Yeah, it's like that's one of that shoe is the silhouette and the build of that shoe is like, it's like a pit bull. You know what I'm saying? It's like nothing else. And all white, you know what I'm saying? As long as I can keep getting new pairs. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for
Not a
sure.
Dre style.
Yeah. Is it weird that they went away for a while?
Nah. Everything comes back around. Like right now, at this moment, the hottest shoe in Detroit is the all white Air Force One low.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
back.
really.
They're tough
It's
to
back.
get
It's
right
back.
now.
It's back.
I thought it would have been the black one. Judging from
That's
Yeah,
that's to
man.
get robbed shoe.
it's tough out here, man.
Like
You see that? It's
when-
about to happen.
Indeed.
I was in high school when Air Force Ones came out. It was like get one or die. Like you don't get this shoe, don't come out.
There was definitely hiatus.
And like around
For sure.
2010, 2011, 12 was like, oh, you wearing Forces? What's wrong with
Yeah,
you?
I think when the whole patent leather Air Force One thing happened, like I forgot what year that was, but when they
Remember
was
the see-through
dropping them
joints?
every week, like all that,
see-through joints
it
was
got to a
whack.
point where people, it was like they just overdid it.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I'm
wanted
saying?
a pair, I won't lie.
And now I think when COVID hit and like the Foot Lockers and the mall stores were all closed, and you couldn't get in there, and then we had pretty much sold out of ours, and then Nike wasn't shipping. It was just like a mad scramble
Damn.
for it. It was crazy.
Like trying to get a mask.
Yeah, it was insane. Yeah, for
Or
sure.
toilet paper when the shit
For
first
sure.
hit.
Like people here, they
Wanna be
paying
one more.
People was coming to buy them from us, reselling them and then reselling them. Like reselling them for $150 and then and then they was reselling them for $200.
Damn,
And
y'all was wholesaling. That's
it's
crazy.
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, so any collab you could have, you want to kind of manifest right now. Maybe it's like a high-end brand or a specific kind of designer. What would you want that Burn Rubber times who to be?
Probably Nike or Jordan. That's the only people.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we can't really. Well, I don't say can't, but we
I agree.
haven't worked with. You know what I mean? Like we've done New Balance, Reebok, and the list goes on. But I would say probably Jordan before
Just Nike.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but Jordan, Nike, and then
Because
there
Mike
a-
gonna come in. Like, let me see what you got there.
yeah,
Right.
like, what's that?
I'm like, what the fuck?
The
Is there a
Burn Rubber
particular-
ones sound like they be fire.
Crazy. For sure.
What?
The burn rubber ones.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
Heat.
All right, man. Last question. So what do you feel as though is the theme song for Detroit, D-Town? Like it is one particular song. It could be a tape, album. What do you feel like really defines Detroit?
The Detroit sound.
Yeah.
That's a good question, man. I think it's a couple. I think it's certain artists, right? I would say, and then it's two sides of Detroit. We always for years we've been trying to blend the two, but it is what it is. It's the quote unquote hip hop side, and then it's the quote unquote street side.
Right.
I think the person on the street side of things that symbolizes Detroit the best is probably like Payroll.
Damn.
Anything Payroll does, you know what I'm saying, or DBC or whatever, but specifically Payroll, and then Vezo. I think I swear Vezo holds it down like crazy.
Gotcha.
And then on the other side of things, I think obviously Dilla, you know what I'm saying? Like he's not here with us anymore, but
Right.
And then it's between Royce and Trick. Trick is gone. He's Detroit through and through. Wherever he's at,
That's who you gotta call, right?
You have to call and say what up.
Oh, you gotta check in.
Yeah, just say what up. You ain't gotta
All
Yeah, I'm in the city, but I just want you to know.
just,
Just want you to know I'm here.
Can
And
I
then,
keep my chain, please?
And then Royce, man, Royce just exudes this Detroit or Michigan or whatever you want to say, and he does
real.
it the best ever.
That's
You know
what's
what I mean?
up. All right, man. Hey, man, round of applause, man, for Ro, man.
Get
Again,
into it.
it's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the city. Shout out to Detroit.
Appreciate it.
So, how has Burn Rubber adjusted to the quarantine lifestyle with COVID hit? How have y'all managed all this so far?
It's been crazy, man. We just kind of just move on the fly. Because that's something that never happened before, and it's something that nobody knew what it was.
Right.
Like in March, we were terrified. And I'm not just saying me, but I'm just saying like boutiques at my level. We were terrified because we didn't know what was going on. But it was actually a blessing in disguise, and I say that because like a lot of the companies, they didn't know what was going on either.
Right.
So what they ended up doing, like a lot of the times, if you talk to any boutique owners or whatever, or people that work at boutiques, we had to get it's like an unwritten thing to get the Retro 6. They
gotta buy some bullshit to get the Retro 6s.
Yeah, that's the politically incorrect
Yeah.
way to say it. But yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So what they did in that time from like March until pretty much even now, they kind of cut that stuff. They cut the fat meat.
Got you.
And so like everything was selling out.
Yeah,
You know what
just
I'm
come
saying?
get the shit you want.
Yeah.
Right.
And then on top of that, we couldn't sell online for years. So, but after this, when COVID hit, they allowed us to start selling online.
That's crazy.
So it was like, we might get 30-something pair, 40-something pair, maybe. Even sometimes when we only get like 12, 15. And even if it's only 2 people, 3 people outside, we put them online and they sold instantly.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So it got to a point where we just start, if y'all would have came probably a week and a half ago, man, it was probably less than half of the shoes that are on the wall right now.
Oh, so y'all just got the real shit in.
Everything was selling out.
That's
Everything
crazy,
sold
man.
out.
Wow, that's good though.
I think we all learned sitting in the house, you're gonna start spending money.
Some money.
What can I buy today? I get on Nike and I'm stupid. I gotta grow up. Damn, I bought some socks. I need some more.
And I feel like the benefit to that, they damn near can't rebuttal on that. Like, you gotta let me keep doing this from now on, right?
I mean, that's what you would think, but we really don't know.
We gonna see.
I imagine money looks better. Like we made a lot of money when them stores was closed.
Yeah, it's good. To be honest and transparent, people have been asking me how things are going, and like right now, I think I would say we're in the best. We're in the bbest position financially as a business than maybe the entire time I've owned Burn Rubber.
Damn.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like the curse is obviously just what it was, and
Right.
not even what it was, what it is. But you know, business wise and financially, man, I'm like, well, we can keep doing this.
We open 2 days a week. Don't worry about nothing.
Y'all weren't sweating at waiting on them loans.
Nah.
Yeah.
And then that too, like grants,
we got that.
the grants came in, you know what I'm saying, and made it where like, cause we was shut down for over a month, I believe.
All of April, I'm sure.
Yeah, actually, like the end of March, April, and May. You know what I'm saying? And the only time we would come in was to do those releases and basically ship them out. So, you know, I had my guys in here that was holding me down because they was coming here off the love.
Right.
And then just so to be able to pay them and not make it where they had to go try to get unemployment and, you know what I'm saying? Like that was
a big deal.
That's super love.
Yeah.
For sure.
I will say unemployment was sweet.
Yeah, a lot of people say that.
Yeah, they was putting
popping.
the stank on it. Like, hey, unemployment, but here, take
Must
this.
be nice.
It's tough out here, man. Go take it a little extra.
Player in you.
To see the government put a bump in your pay is like, yeah, for real.
Oh,
Like, for
man.
real?
Wow, really? Because I ain't got no job? Man, this is tight. How has the recent, you know, the racial awakening, you know what I mean, with social injustice, how has that impacted your perspectives as a black business owner and Burn Rubber as a whole?
Yeah, that's another thing that's kind of twofold. Like it hasn't affected us in the sense of like dollar wise,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like I can't really say other than Juneteenth, like that day,
niggas went crazy.
They was like, listen, y'all black owned, I'm buying.
Get that.
Give me
like,
that roll.
Come on in.
Y'all got any more stuff in the back?
Yeah. So that was great, like that one particular day. But other than that, you know, I can't really say like it's just been a thing. I have seen more people like kind of making sure they're putting their money, their dollars in the black business,
right?
Which is dope. And then, like some of my people, like Deontay down at Soul Classics. They got looted when all that happened, and it was getting to a point where it started to feel like the looters were like focusing on
targeting
fashion,
people,
yeah, across the country. Cause like it started with my guy out in Minneapolis, my guy Mo out in Minneapolis. He had a spot. That's where everything popped off.
Right.
And then it was just like, yo, I get a call like such and such guy hit. Such and such got hit. Everywhere they were doing, like they were coming together or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know, so then when they came to Detroit, it popped off in Detroit too. And then that next day, I forget exactly what day, they were supposed to come to Royal Oak. So I got a call in that morning, and it was a Sunday, and I called all my peoples. We got
Get the
like
guns.
like literally the pumps, like everything, and just like we loaded everything up on the truck, and I took it away from here. So this was
ready.
empty.
I mean,
completely
you know,
empty.
we had long talks about that when that was all going
for
down.
sure.
There's, you know, as much as we understand the protests were important, you are foolish to think there wasn't an opportunist culture there to say,
for sure.
Hey, while they doing that, hey, bro, Burn Rubber got it all right now. Go get that.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate because it takes away from
sauce, bro.
from what's really going on.
Like my man Deontay down in Columbus, he got hit, and it was crazy, man. Because I forgot, I can't read like word for word what he put on his, like when they put the wood up on the windows and everything. He wrote this statement, and it was basically saying like, you can't blame these kids. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm taking this on the chin because it's my fault. You know what I'm saying? But so like kids were basically in jail in their mind, right? For something they didn't do. They don't know. So they haven't been in school.
Right.
They haven't been around their friends. They're just seeing all this stuff online. They don't really understand why we're fed up with what's going on. So now, like, boom, all right, we outside. What the fuck we about to do? We about to go fuck some shit up.
Because everybody else is fucking shit up.
Everybody else fucking shit up, but they don't realize why they're fucking shit up. They just see like, oh, damn, he got a bike.
I've been wanting to break a window my whole life.
I'm about to get some J's and some whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they was hitting the fresh spots, you know? So
yeah. That's real.
I'm glad
For
y'all
sure.
intact though, man. You
Oh
never
yeah,
know.
yeah, no, that's-
man.
Oh, they was ready. He
It
said
was
the
crazy.
pump.
Yeah,
we
he
had
said the pump.
pumps.
They ain't playing no
K's.
games.
We had all
Gang,
kind of
gang,
pit.
gang,
Like
gang.
it was a lot of
Glizzies, all
guns in
that
here,
shit.
Yeah,
and we
that's
was just
real.
standing here waiting. Like my boys was at the door.
And that's the only thing that's gonna stop it. Hey, don't play with me.
My
Yeah,
nigga was
play with
Malcolm
your
X
bitch,
at the
you
window.
know.
Lord, Taliban.
For sure. It got crazy for a minute. And like luckily nothing happened. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah.
Like it was like what 40 people. They ain't even come this way. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's
But-
spread quick. Hey, y'all. They
Yeah,
ain't
they
playing
over
down
there,
there in
yeah,
station.
they-
I'm going to Bro Rubber, bro. They ain't got shit in there anyway.
No women down
They ain't got
there.
shit.
And then we
must be
didn't
closed.
board up the windows. We like, yo, y'all can see it's nothing.
Yeah.
We might have left like one shoe or
You know,
something.
niggas
like,
just
some
scared
bullshit.
to talk down about you. I don't never like that store. I ain't messing with them. They, whatever, bro. Go down the street. Heard they got shoppers out there.
What is your perspective on sneaker culture in general right now? You know, you think about these companies, StockX and so on and so forth. It's like hard to get a dunk. You can't even get a pair of dunks. You know what I mean? In 2020, like
Hurting that.
He's hurt. There's some pain in that
for
speech.
real.
Yeah,
You
I
know
got it too.
the worst case scenario what just happened with them black and yellow 12s. It was silly what they did with those. Like, it was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I'm sure you got some insight, some industry insight. Like, what is going on, and what is your take on just the fact that sneaker culture has kind of just become monopolized and
Yeah, it's
what I mean?
fucked up. Like, that's what it is.
Shoe game
It's just
fucked
fucked up. And what it is, to just be straight up, they meaning the big companies
The
have
man.
picked certain people that they prefer to deal with to get that shit
They made
right.
some gatekeepers.
And
Good old boy network.
yeah, and and like business wise, it probably makes the most sense, right? So it's like if you have, they're only making a certain amount of these shoes, right?
Right.
And it makes sense that to deal to deal with 4 people, or let's not even say 4, let's say 20 people
Instead of 100.
that have 30, 40 stores each, then deal with 200 people that got a single store. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it just makes the most sense. But what they don't realize, or they're not it's not clicking anymore, is that the energy that we bring to the community. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you could get online and buy a pair of whatever, Travis Scott this or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's nothing there. It's no culture behind it, right? You can't come down here and speak to Alex, speak to Jay John,
Right.
and just like talk shit about what's going on in the world. So I think they missed that. And that's what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have a certain amount of people that they call tier 0 that they give all of the product to.
Illuminati.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
the
And
boule.
it's just something that we all would like to be. It's so like when the sneaker game was at like clicking and everybody was eating and everything, it was a thing where like we all got 50 pair of this. Now it's like a handful of stores getting 500 pair.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
You know what I'm saying? And then they just is like
It's definitely
nobody
not
in
that.
It's
Detroit
fucked
wants
up.
Off-White.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like
yeah.
nobody in Detroit wants this. Like there's no, and it's like states, right? You know what I'm saying? So usually it was like a couple stores in each state.
Right.
Now it's like tier 0 is
Illinois,
the
New
closest
York
to us,
City,
California.
Illinois and Cincinnati.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then it goes down at that point.
And Indianapolis ain't getting shit. Okay, Ro.
Right.
Like,
Y'all
we-
about to though.
Not a
I mean,
threat.
yeah,
Like when Matt get there.
make that move for sure. But right now we hurting. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for sure. Yeah.
And it's not cool.
It's dead up.
Yeah.
And
I
you're
want-
pissed.
I am. I want
He
you to know I'm
got a
upset.
pair of
You know what I'm
dunks.
saying?
He is
man.
he is upset.
Like the
feelings.
fact, the simple fact that we're talking about a pair of dunks, man. Like,
Dunks.
Not nothing even crazy.
It's
I
not
used to
no
go
S-
SBs.
I used to go buy them out of Rod Skate Shop all the time.
Yeah,
I
and they
can't
were probably
fuck-
easy to get.
Yeah,
like
I
go in
can't
there
pair of
days
P-Rods.
later. Yeah.
Paul Rodriguez dunk, no problem.
Yeah.
Nobody
It's
cares.
crazy.
Them P-Rods.
I had a couple pair of P-Rods.
Nah, man, brick and mortars are dying. You know what I mean? So the fact that Burn Rubber is around is a testament to how great y'all have done in the city and your impact in the Detroit area.
Appreciate it.
I want you to talk about the reason as to why that is, why y'all still here. Because you see a lot of these clothing brands, man, local, regional, everything's online. They're not even thinking about opening up in the store. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I wish they would, but, why were y'all able to sustain this culture and really keep Burn Rubber a success?
I think it's the passion that we have for it, like even through the bullshit, you know what I mean? And then the people. Like it's the not even me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like the face to an extent.
Right.
But it's the people here. It's like the experience that you get when you come in here, and you like I said, whether it's Alex, J. John, Hippie Kelly, Ray, like whoever's in here, you know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna have an interesting conversation. You could be in here for 5 minutes or plan to go in there for 5 minutes and look up and it's like, damn, it's been 2 hours and we've been talking about bullshit, but it's good. You know what I'm saying?
Good
like
bullshit.
That's good us. Bullshit. Yeah. And you know, you just get a different perspective in that sense. And I think that's what it is, man. It's like we always said it here. If it's like it feels like you're going over your cousin crib. You know what I'm saying? Like in the hood.
It's familial.
Yeah, like you don't know what crackhead gonna walk down the street. You don't know what it's about to be.
Hey, we've seen some of them here.
Sure. I did want to ask, so in regards to like Burn Rubber, the brand, I don't see as much branding. How's that going? Is that something that y'all kind of falling back on? I remember back in the day, like when I was in college, like 08, 09.
Everywhere.
Hats, T-shirts, jacket. The varsity jacket was crazy.
Yeah.
Where that hoodie at?
It's over there. Like a lot of the times we do little things here and there, but it sells out real quick.
Yeah, I can bet.
So, but we intentionally, like a couple years ago, we intentionally pulled back.
Dialed it back some.
Yeah, because it was like it got to the point where like people were expecting certain things, you know, and then we were trying to grow with it more than just being a T-shirt and hat, hoodie. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we were in the process of figuring it out, and then some other things happened that, you know, it just didn't happen. So we was like, we gonna pull back, even from like doing collabs, because collabs just became a thing. It
they
was
are.
just like,
yeah, they are.
Left and right.
Yeah,
We love them.
This blanket is gonna collab with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that is not sweet. It's just like, come on, man. So we was like, we made a conscious decision.
Got you.
To do that, and but now we about to turn back up in a minute.
I did with a T-shirt when I was coming up here. I was like, I'm gonna burn. I gotta get the Burn Rubber T-shirt. Like,
yeah, but and then we make them in the back too. Like
Gotcha.
we got like
You
certain
got stuff
things.
for big people?
Okay.
Yeah. What size you wear?
3X, 4X, depending on the type of shirt.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
we
what
got
I'm talking about,
They
man.
got y'all taken care
I'm
of,
telling
man.
you. Some stores be like, I'm 2X, bro. Oh, God.
Yeah, for the most part.
What I'm going to do with that?
They got
Make
something
it
for the
work.
linemen.
I'm hanging on my wall. That's the way it worked for me.
You gonna frame it?
Yeah. Got my T-shirt collection.
Man, y'all actually had a YouTube show that was popping, Deroit Rubber. I've been watching episodes and shit. Hilarious.
Thank you.
I want to hear the origin story behind that, and what happened. You know what I mean?
So it started off. So my man, you see these pictures in here, these big pictures on the wall of 50, Earl Sweatshirt, and Elzai.
Yeah.
So that's my man Jeremy Deputat.
Okay.
He is basically Shady's official photographer.
got you.
Damn.
And he's been for years, right?
Plugged.
Yeah. So he's like a real good friend. He's a good guy, and so he was around Paul Rosenberg and I guess Em and a couple of the guys or whatever, and somebody reached out. I think it was Loud or something like that. It was a YouTube station. This was early before people was having their own content on just like strictly for YouTube. So that company reached out to Paul Rosenberg and asked to do something with Eminem, obviously, and he's like,
no.
yeah, that's not gonna happen, but we'll
Right.
figure something else out.
Right.
So then I don't know if JD said something or Paul said, yo, what's up with Burn Rubber?
Right.
You think they would be interested? Like, or JD was like, yo, maybe you should reach out to Ro and Rick at Burn Rubber. And then they hit us up and they presented it to us, and it was like, yo, this will be a real budgeted. This is a real show. This is
It's
like
a production.
A production for sure. And it's going straight to YouTube or whatever. And then it basically happened. And we signed for 2 years.
Okay, got you.
So that's why it was only
That's why it's on 2 seasons. Makes sense.
So, and then the first season was amazing. It was everything we wanted. You know,
I was
we
here. I was definitely like, shit, hilarious. It's
yeah,
tight. You
and
know
it was
what I
like
mean?
we not going for no bullshit. Like if y'all
Right.
wanted to see us fighting and doing all this crazy like coon and shit, you might like we out. We not
Right,
doing
right,
it.
right, right.
And
This
they
ain't
was
VH1.
yeah, and then like where they edited it was right around the corner from our old store. So we would go over there and be like, nah, you got to take that out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just in case something happened. You know what I'm saying? Like if we didn't like the look of it, you got to take it out. And then the second season, And in the first season, me and Rick were the only ones that were able to get paid. And so the second season, we like, yo, we not doing this if you can't pay. Like, we was doing 12-hour days.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like closing the store. And I'm like, yo, y'all gotta pay my guys something. Right. So then they were able to get paid, but then they shipped the editing out to LA. So then we didn't see it until the world saw it, and we was like, we don't even cool. Like, they didn't reach out to us to do a third season, but we didn't even really want to. Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's real, man. So J. John, AZ, Lil Devin, they all still attached to Burn Rubber?
Always. Yeah, J. John's still he's the manager here.
Got you.
So AZ works for like Home Depot now. He up until basically COVID hit, he was basically like the CFO of Burn Rubber. So he was paying all the bills and I didn't have to worry about the rent getting paid, whatever. So he was doing that. And then Baby Devin is he's back here now when COVID hit, but he technically lives out in LA. And he's dope, man. He has like he's vegan now, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he's like a chef, so he makes these vegan meals.
Shout out to Baby Devin, man.
Yeah, and he does not really photography. Well, I guess he does do photography. He does photography and video stuff, so he's been doing that stuff out in LA.
That's what, man. Shout out to those guys. You can please check out Detroit Rubber. It's worth your time.
Yeah, so, it's some craziness on there. It was funny.
You and Rick, y'all weren't the original Burn Rubber owners. Y'all purchased it, correct?
Yep.
How was that process? What made you feel like it was something you want to get into? And was it like, obviously it's been fruitful for you?
Yeah. So a couple years before Burn Rubber opened, I had made a business plan to open up a sneaker boutique. And it was crazy, man. Like literally when I finished it, printed it up, put it in a little binder.
Kissed that mug goodnight and went to sleep.
And my wife walks through the door. She was my wife at the time, but my wife walks through the door and she says, yo, I was just in Royal Oak and it's a sneaker boutique. And I was like, damn. But it was Burn Rubber but it hadn't opened yet. It was like a pre-opening or whatever. So we started coming up here and we was buying stuff and patronizing or whatever. And then like a couple years in, they ended up getting one of the owner. It wasn't her husband yet. It was like her boyfriend or whatever, but he technically worked for Nike. He was a rep.
Got you.
And so he got a promotion to go out to Portland, and they didn't want to run the store from so far away.
Got you.
So they decided to tell pretty much the people that
always were in here.
Yeah, and no, really just the people that worked there.
Got you.
And Rick he had like made himself the intern there. So he just was like, yo, y'all don't have a website, I'm doing y'all a website. Y'all need pictures, I'm doing y'all pictures.
Damn.
So he only told those people and then like a handful of other people. You know what I'm saying? Like I heard MC Search was supposed to buy it because remember he was on the radio station here at the time. Or maybe he had just left or whatever. So he's heavy into sneakers. So I heard he was about to buy it. I heard Slum Village was supposed to buy it. Yeah, some crazy shit. And then a couple people that worked here was like looking at it, and then me and Rick hit me up because he knew I had a business plan and I had an idea of what I wanted it to be.
Right.
And he didn't really have time to do that. So he was like, yo, and me and Rick had talked about some other things like business wise even before that.
I imagine you had some money too.
Not $1.
Really?
Nah, man.
Not $1, bro.
Family pulled through, right?
Yeah, for sure. So it was both. It was like Rick didn't have his money until literally like the night before.
Damn.
The night before we had to make a decision and say, yeah, we in or no, we out. His grandfather, he was out in Milwaukee. That's where he's from. And he went to go see his grandfather, and he was like, I'm not asking my grandfather for no money. You know what I'm saying? Like he was asking other people, but he's like, yo, I'm not. And then he was just having a conversation and talking and didn't ask. And his grandfather was like, just asking him questions, like, so how much money, how much you need it, blah, blah, blah. And, he was like, And then he said he just pulled out a checkbook and was like,
Granddaddy went in his pocket.
Wrote it and gave it to him.
Went in that pocket. Let me see what Granddaddy got for y'all.
Because I was at the point, because it almost got to the point where I was trying to get all of it, and then I was going to say, like, just come in on the back end and just, pay me, like, buy into it like that. I don't know. Like, we didn't know, but I was like, somebody got to get it.
Let's just get it. We'll figure that out.
Yeah, we'll figure that out later. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's how it happened. Then my mom and my grandmother gave me the money.
That's love.
That's love,
That's
man.
definitely love.
For sure. It's paid off in a major way.
For sure.
So, y'all mentioned the Forbes interview not too long ago that y'all kind of took off with Sean. Big Sean was kind of making it. And as he was touring and going places, he was telling everybody about Burn Rubber.
That's how I heard about y'all.
Yeah.
And that's like in a particular time period of hip hop. Like I call it like the golden era mixtapes. You think about J. Cole and Coit, and the list goes on. Saha, it was all dropping the projects.
Wiz Khalifa.
Wiz at the time.
Currency.
For sure. How did y'all like take that particular area of hip hop, you know what I mean, and capitalize off of it or win with that particular piece of the culture at the time?
That's a good question. I don't think we capitalized off it or won in the sense of that we were trying to. I think we were just in it.
Yeah, true.
Like we was just in it, and that's what we were doing. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay John and Sean, like they,
he gets a lot of shout outs.
Yeah, because he been here. You know what I'm saying? And he's a big reason why we are what we are. But they were cool. They were friends. Well, still are friends, but at the time, and they just used to come by the shop, and we were in it. I'm a hip hop artist,
right?
So I was into the hip hop scene, and it just made everything we did made sense. Like it was like hip hop goes with fashion, fashion goes with art, art goes with hip hop. Like it just all came together, and we were all encompassing of it. Yeah. And it was just a thing, and it just happened that this kid that started coming in our store turned out to be Big Sean. Yeah. And like he would be in the store and he'd be like, yo, I'm going out of town tomorrow. Shit, y'all got a shirt? And it's like the first time. So the dope thing about it, our first hat, if I'm remembering right, we were trying to give to rappers and artists that we knew that was like, just doing something. Right. And all three of those people bought Burn Rubber hat, bought the hat. They wouldn't allow us to give it to them. Right. That was Big Sean, Marv One, and Mike Posner. So it got like the first time it was like Sean said, yeah, man, I'm going out of town. And then he was like on the VH1 whatever. Like, damn, nigga, you ain't say that. You say this. But good luck was going to Ohio. So then the next time it was like he was going to, he said he was going out of town. And I was like, man, take my jacket. Like, take my coat. Right. Say, here, you know what I'm saying?
Because you probably going to the Grammys, nigga. Quit trying to play
but
funny.
it ended up being the MTV Awards, like some crazy, it was MTV Awards, and he was with like Cuddy, Ye, Nego, and whoever the whole weekend. And that's what, I don't know if y'all go back and look at some crazy pictures at the Bape store. He was on the stairs out there with the lights and crazy shit. Yeah. But it was like, yo, bro, you could have it all. And he was just wearing it, you know what I'm saying?
Take
and then it started.
so
then he would be somewhere, and then he'd see Wale, and Wale like, yo, what's that? And then it was just.
No, the logo is iconic. It stands out. I know when I see it, you know exactly what it is. It's not like it's gonna be confused for something else.
Right, yeah,
for sure. What do you think sets the Burn Rubber experience apart? You know what I mean, from other boutiques. There's some boutiques in the city that were at one point. New York City, LA. The list goes on. What is special about Burn Rubber?
Once again, I think it's the people here. It's and the fact that we care, and we care about what's going on. We care about the fashion. We care about hip hop, and we all have our own opinion. And you might get 5 different opinions of people that see each other on a daily basis. Right. And then when you throw yourself into the mix of it, it's literally like being at the barbershop. It's barbershop talk. Gotcha. And I think that experience right there is something that, you can't pay for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Keeps people coming back too.
Indeed. It ain't always like that. You go in some places, man, they real standoffish.
It's stale.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stale.
And it don't make you want to buy nothing from them.
And those places don't last.
Like you getting on their nerves when you come in. Like,
what
I do? I just came in to see what I got.
I hate when they look at you
I
like,
just went into a gun shop out here. I was about to buy I always wanted a Kimber, right?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
It's like the the Dior of guns.
Oh,
Shit
okay.
like that,
Designer.
Yeah, it's
Louis
like
Vuitton line.
you could go buy a pistol for $400, but then a Kimber is like $1,600 or
One of
something.
them Mike Lowry guns.
Yeah, and it's like brown etched. I mean, wood etched.
Kill a nigga with
handmade
style.
and crazy shit, right? But I just always, and they said it shoot
shit.
like butter.
You know what's weird? You would think that would be more in like lyrics. If there was like a designer gun, niggas would talk about it more.
Yeah, but most niggas don't really buy it.
Got you.
They buy Smith & Wesson and Glock.
Right,
Simple
right.
Glock.
Yeah.
I got the Glock.
Yeah, and then you don't need that to kill a nigga. Or you know what I'm saying? Like, to do whatever you're going to do, right?
But you want a nigga to know that I killed you with
Yeah.
some
Right.
designer shit, my
See
nigga.
this
Like,
motherfucker
So I always
gleaming when I
wanted,
pulled
I
it
always
out.
wanted a Kimber, and I'm like, man, I'm about to go check and see, because I never held one, I never shot one. And I walked in there, and the dude I was like, yo, y'all sell Kimbers? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, I wanted to check something out. And he was like, yeah, are you serious about buying it? I was like, what the fuck does that mean, dog?
No, I'm not actually. I'll see you later.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. And I'm like, bro, I have $3,000 on
Right.
me. What does that, like, even if I see it, I could say, no, I don't like it.
Right.
What does being serious
people
about
don't
the
like that.
purchase mean, bro? And I didn't really think about it till after I left.
You black guys coming here just want to look at our guns.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo,
Are
that
you
shit
gonna
is
steal
crazy
it?
to me.
that doesn't go away. That's gonna be here. That's America.
Yeah,
sure.
But like that is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That it's like that experience is like, man, I'm never going back.
Right.
Here.
I imagine y'all treat niggas the same. They coming in to look, coming to kick it, coming to buy.
Yeah, people come in here and I'll be like, man, y'all, do you know that you put in a whole shift
Right.
and didn't get paid?
Right.
Didn't get paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we treat them like, yo, shit, you here? I'm here.
I'm gonna
Right.
be here anyway. So.
I'm gonna be here anyway. Let's kick it.
Yeah, you just go someplace, they look at you like, nah, I'm not gonna come
Or
behind the counter. and
they
talk to
treat you
today.
like shit. You supposed to let it slide.
What kind of shifts is Ro and Rick working these days? Like we pull up, is Ro gonna be behind the counter or what's up?
You might see me. I kind of dip in and dip out. You know, Rick
Ownership.
has a marketing agency, so he has an office that he goes to on a daily basis. So
Got
you
you.
probably never see Rick in here, or just random. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll pull up. But yeah, I'm usually in here doing something in the back or getting something handled, and then I'm out. You know, it gets
Gotcha.
too crazy in here, man. It be too much.
That's real.
So this is a blessing getting Ro up in here right now. I appreciate it.
I love
Oh,
it.
VIP,
And for
VIP.
sure on the week, I don't even ride through Royal Oak on the weekend. Saturday and Sunday, I do not come in here at all, or I just, you know, I have to come in.
Got
here,
you.
You know, so yeah, it's all love though. It's all love.
That's real. What is like the craziest moment, like the crazy experience you had inside Burn Rubber? You was like, yo, I can't believe this shit happened. Like,
I imagine that 4-hour line. That was
That was
sound
probably-
very
Yeah,
nice.
those is like Queen Naija, and it was like the day before she popped, like crazy, or a couple days before her song came out. But it was
But people knew.
like my man hit me up and was like, "Yo, can we bring Queen Naija through?" I'm like, "Sure." Who is Queen Naija? You know what I'm saying? And then they was like, "Bro, no, she's a YouTuber," and I'm like, "What does that even mean?"
Right.
Like, what is a
yeah,
YouTuber?
that shit's new to
What
us.
did she do?
And
What did she
I was
do?
like, "What did she do?"
make
And he was like,
videos, or-
"Well, people don't know, but she's a signed artist.
Right.
Like she just got signed, but nobody knew or whatever." So I was like, "Yeah, man, pull up." So then I told the fellas at the store, and this was at the old store down the street.
Right.
So I told them like, "Yeah, Queen Naija coming through." They was like,
Okay.
all right, yeah, black youngster coming through too." You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's cool. It's gonna be some people here, man. I got here and I was like, it was like, it was thousands of people.
Damn.
To the point the police pulled up like, yo, what the fuck are y'all doing? And this is when we was in the thick of Main Street. And they came in. She tried to talk. She tried her best to see every single person.
That's crazy. Shout out
And
to
she
her.
was, she was here for hours. The line was around the corner. And then we had to sneak her out the back. And then she had a police escort out.
Damn.
Oh,
And
wow.
little girls was like hanging on the car, like almost broke the,
Shit, like she was
the
Michael
rear
Jackson or
mirror.
something.
Wow.
It was crazy. That and then we had a lot of Demetrius Harmon on Valentine's Day. It was crazy. It was like a line for 5 hours.
Damn.
And he talked to every person. Let me see. T Grizzly he always come through, show love. Shine, we had a crazy one that was on Deroit Rubber, I believe. When we had that store called 218.
I ain't familiar.
It was a store. We had a store called 218 that was like we tried to take the clothes out and like down
Gotcha.
the street from the old store and
Right.
make a clothing store. and we had an in-store with Sean. I forget what album it was, but it was like a 6-hour line, and we was in there. It was hot. The air conditioning wasn't working. It was crazy.
Maybe it's my age, but I don't have a 4, 5, or 6 hour line standing
at all.
Hey, Michael better be about the grave. Somebody got to come up. Yeah. Park in there. Okay, I wait.
Yeah, these kids are
bro, they ain't got to sign what I'm about to buy.
Chris Brown came through years ago. This was post Rihanna.
I'm gonna say PR or post Rihanna.
Yeah, this is post Rihanna. So people really wasn't fucking with him. You know what I'm saying? But he had a show right up the street at the Royal Oak Music Theater, and he ended up like coming down. One of our guys went in there, chopped it up, got backstage, chopped it up with him. So he came down after the show. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't like Chris Brown is gonna be here. So he came through and brought him through the back door, but it was a big window like this, and then you just see one little girl walk past. And then she like stopped and came back.
That's all it takes.
And then you turn around. I turned around and looked at him, and then turned back around. It was like 600 little girls banging on the window.
That's so crazy.
I'm like, yo, y'all gotta relax. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got But he showed crazy love, and I can't even remember how we ended up getting him out of there because that store was like smaller than this area right here. Yeah. So like the back door was right there. It wasn't like we could take them out through the side.
He going out the back, y'all go.
Yeah, so it was like hundreds of girls at the back door, and they was beating. I'm like, yo, they are criminals. These
girls strong as hell.
Strong.
One child walked by me like that. Look like
Chris Brown.
Y'all, he over here. It's over with.
It was over. Yeah.
Run it.
Man, shout out to y'all though. Shout out to you and Rick. You know what I'm saying? This has allowed y'all to expand on y'all's other passions. You know, I know you're a rapper. You got anything coming out, new project? What you working on? Yeah,
I was trying to retire, man. I was trying to get out the game, but the quarantine pulled me back in.
Free time.
Yeah, it was that. I have a group called Rose Gold, and that's me and my man 14KT. He's from Ipsy, but he lives out in LA now, so I was in a perfect position music-wise for a 41-year-old man that the only time I made music is when I went to LA. So we had this, so I always said that I wanted to do a project with him.
Right.
Before I stopped rapping. So that's what I was doing. But then it blossomed into something. And it was like the first time I did like a European tour. You know what I'm saying? Wow. So I'm like, yo, I like this. If I was doing this, I wouldn't be retiring.
Right.
So we was doing that. We putting out vinyl, and it went great. And we even actually like had a label deal. We got off of it now, but we had a label deal with Fat Beats. So it was we were about to be in a position to put other people's music out.
Right.
And then I was working on the second project of that, the second version of that, and we were almost done, and I was supposed to go to LA right after my birthday to finish it up. And COVID hit, and then I was just at the crib, unmotivated. I wasn't trying to do nothing, and then one of my boys hit me up and said they was doing something in Pontiac, where I'm from, like a challenge, and I was like, I hate challenges, bro. What am I challenging? Who am I challenging? So I was like, you my man, I'll do it. It wasn't really a competition. It was just trying to do something, and I wrote a verse, and I was like, damn. And then I just kept writing, kept getting beats, and now I got this album with two of my homies, Ron Dance and Marv One, called 101. And if y'all know, like, Marv is fat. So it's like 101 is skinny guy, fat guy, skinny guy.
Oh, damn.
He hate fat people.
You can't fat shame.
Let's be clear.
You can't fat people.
You cannot fat shame.
So we
hang with me once a week. Hate fat people.
We'll be 1,001. Right.
1,101.
Or 001.
So we got that, and then I'm doing my man Nick Speed is a producer out of Detroit. And we doing a joint project we calling it Coney Island.
Okay.
And it's like a concept of a story of like a night where I'm from, going down to Detroit to party.
Got you.
And
Getting
then,
back home
and
safe.
then Rose Gold. I'm about to go out to LA in a couple of days and finish up the Rose Gold. So that should be out by the end of the year. So by the end of the year, I should have 3 projects out.
You back.
Man, hey,
Yeah,
man,
I'm
let's
back,
go,
man. Shooting
want-
videos
Congrats.
in the studio. I hate it. Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is why I retired.
That's that TikTok shit though.
saying
the
it for the
Triller
wife.
shit.
No,
I hate
that's
doing
real,
this
though.
shit, babe.
The thing about
Y'all making
it,
another video? They
I
coming in
hate-
here again?
I hate it being in the studio because you have to be there,
Right.
And you got to be
Yeah.
focused there. So that's why it was cool when I went to LA. If my wife called me, it's like I can't bring you nothing to eat,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I could call you some DoorDash, but
Right.
I can't get there. So now I could in LA, I could be in the studio till 5 o'clock in the morning, but
Right.
here I can't.
Yeah.
So
Where are you at?
Yeah, so now my daughter's calling me and shit, like asking me for if she can get a strawberry. Like, yes, you don't have to ask me.
Mom said, "Are you bringing dinner?"
Yeah. Like you want one, you call me for one
Nah,
strawberry.
they'll
You
do
told
that.
me to ask when I was supposed to.
No, Lala would do that for a blueberry. Dad, can I have a blueberry?
Yeah, like one blueberry, sure.
You know you gotta ask stuff when you're a kid.
Get two.
man.
Yeah, so
You gotta ask to get chips. Get some chips.
like the
was
last
going-
2 months, I've been in the studio like crazy, and I'm like, we just finished 2 days ago, and I'm so happy.
You
That's
mentioned
what's up.
LA, like what's kind of kept y'all from making? Cause I feel like people they blow up in their
Great
city,
question.
they'll go crazy in their area, and then like LA, gotta go to LA. What's kept Burn Rubber from expanding out there? Is it just the love for Detroit, or do you feel like it's just something the energy's here? Why try to recreate it somewhere else?
A little bit of both. I think we are impacted here in Detroit. Like we not. This is what we are. And to be honest, the reason that I haven't moved to LA is because of my children. I have a daughter basically in the 5th grade and the 9th grade when school starts back up, if it happens.
School's fake; it doesn't exist anymore.
Exactly right. So, I just, as much as I go out there, I was out there one day, and like all my friends out there, they like, yo, why don't you move out here? And I was considering it, and then I was like, it's something that's different from me than y'all.
Right.
And it took me a while to figure out, but like they don't got no kids.
No time. Oh yeah. But where you going?
Responsibilities ain't the same.
My daughter got a soccer game. What do you mean?
And then my other daughter has dance. I'm like, I couldn't
be here
have,
at
could you
5 o'clock,
imagine
bro?
getting from this place to this place in LA at
Nope.
6 o'clock?
Nope.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
So I was like, nah, I'll wait. You know what I'm saying? So it's that, and it's really just that right now. And I think it's going to take a little bit more work and a lot more money to move to LA,
Right.
to move Burn Rubber to LA, or add
That's
to
real,
a
though.
second store. So,
Got you.
It would have to be a partnership or an investment, somebody, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Do you feel like you've seen the mountaintop with Burn Rubber? Like, you know what I'm saying? Have you reached that pinnacle of success? And if not, like, what is that vision for y'all moving forward?
No, we haven't.
Gotcha.
We haven't scratched the surface. At one point, we were up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we were up there, and a lot of things were happening. But no, it's a lot more that can happen with Burn Rubber, man. You know what I'm saying? Just from
This year, 13, something like that.
You said who?
How long y'all been?
13, 2013. I mean, no, 13 years, 2007,
right.
2007.
A long time.
Yeah, I mean, we
Long ass
could.
time.
I see multiple stores. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how that's gonna run. We've tried multiple stores,
Right.
and but we didn't do it the right way. Looking back, at the time, it felt like we were doing it the right way, but we weren't doing
You
it.
got to
right,
bump
the
your
right-
head to make it right. I mean, that's part of the growth.
Yeah, it's
out of
learning.
it.
Yeah, and it's trying to cut the like the fat of it. Just it happened, but you try to minimalize the fucked up part about it. I can't think of the word right now.
We're gonna do it
Always-
again, but we're gonna do it better this time.
Yeah.
I always feel like when you do like a second store, people always gonna love the OG. It's like nobody want to go to that motherfucker.
Oh,
They wanna come
you go to the one
do it, yeah.
downtown.
But the thing about us though, which is our gift and our curse, is that we're the brand. You know what I'm saying? Like it's tough. It's
Wherever
tough.
Jay John at, that's still Burn Rubber. It don't really matter.
Yeah, no, yeah, that for sure. But what I'm saying is like, me and Rick building this, we didn't realize what we were doing, but a lot of people were coming to fuck with us. Yeah, Burn Rubber is dope, and
Right.
the branding of it is fresh, and that was
But them my
awesome.
guys
That's the
in
cherry
there.
on top. But it's like, Yeah, like we did Tampa, and people was like, "Damn, where y'all at?" I'm at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't ask Mr. Foot Locker that. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's a store. Got the same kind of shit. Go buy it.
Right.
If you fuck with us. But it was like, so that's a big thing that we didn't notice until we got to that point, and we had to see it.
Right.
And so at that point, it's kind of figuring out how do we do that where we don't have to be there. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not here as much anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is other cool people in this burn rubber thing. You know?
That's real, man. Well, shit. We appreciate you, Ro.
Love.
Sure. This has been great.
Detroit legend. Shout out to Burn Rubber. Shout out to the Burn Rubber team for letting us come into the space, man. It means a lot to us.
This is a mixtape Mecca trip. Like, this is one of them boutiques you heard about coming up. Like, I gotta go to Burn Rubber.
Appreciate it.
Indeed. Let's give them a round of applause, man. Shout out to Ro. And shout out to Rick as well.
Thanks for having me, man.
You already know, man.
Next.
Next.